Oh baby, the match that we've all been waiting for, sort of. The undefeated Chicago Bouffalants versus the 2-2 Fresno Fenneckins. It's gonna be fun. Hey guys, BK9 here, giving you, of course, like I said, the IPDL Season 3 Week 5 matchup against the Chicago Bouffalants. And Coach Bryn. So here's his team. I'm just gonna get down to this because it is legit 1 a.m. Anyways, so a huge division matchup for us. Of course, we are second place in this league. Well, in our division, he is of course first. And well, here's his team. So he's got Mega Ampharos, CLEFABLE, Buzzwole, Flygon, UGHHH, something like that, Serena, Togedemaru, Feraligatr, Tyranitar, Moltres, and Magcargo. Looking at this team is very offensive, going from attack-wise, mainly. It seems not as fast, but it's fast enough to go up against, to run up against our team, I guess you can say. So, the thing with this is that his team is actually really hard to prep for. He's got a mixture of defensive and specially defensive mons, some mons being run both ways. So here's my team. We've got Flashfire, the Charizard X, running Earthquake, Flare Blitz, Rock Slide, and Dragon Claw. No Dragon Dance. I didn't feel like there was a big need for it. Seeing how Earthquake or Dragon Claw, but mainly Dragon Claw, kills Mega Ampharos easily. Let's see. Flare Blitz for Buzzwole. This thing does not really handle CLEFABLE that much, and that's why I've debated on running something along the lines of like Hidden Power Steel or some odd thing like that. It can do damage to Flygon, Uxie, depending on how it's ran. Serena easily can be taken out with a Flare Blitz. I also kind of debated on going from Rock Slide to Roost, might I add. Togedemaru just gets bodied by a Flare Blitz. A lot of things get bodied by fire, and knowing all of the things that Togedemaru has that Togedemaru has, it could really hurt us if he's Iron Barbs, and the Flare Blitz taking the recoil could easily kill us. Those are the main reasons I kind of brought Charizard. I remember bringing Rock Slide for Moltres, mainly. So, because I do not want to have a Z Sunny Day in my face and then my Magcargo try to sweep. Next up, we got Katsugu, the Zoroark. At this point, once I seen his team, I decided to disguise this thing, I believe, as Excelgar for a good reason, and that's because his team is threatened a lot by it, and we can try to fake the CLEFABLE out if needed. Flamethrower again for those fire mons. I believe I brought Dark Pulse just for the Uxie. I could be wrong. Sludge Bomb mainly for CLEFABLE, and HP Ice to hit anything that can't be touched by a Flamethrower. So, Mega Ampharos mainly. I'm running a weird little set here, but I decided because we are 105, and I don't think he will bring Scarf Flygon, I just decided to speed creep a little bit. We decided Expert Belt to get a little extra chip damage on CLEFABLE. And because it's not a Z user, we couldn't do Poison EMZ. So, speaking of Z user, we have our Peekaboo, the Mimikyu, who's running the Mimikyu Z, Sword Dance, Shadow Claw, Drain Punch, and obviously Play Rough. So, running a simple Adamant 252 set. Drain Punch for, again, Togedemaru, Tyranitar, Magcargo. The Play Rough is basically for Buzzwole if he runs a defensive Buzzwole. Flygon if he runs a, if he tries to set up anything funny. We can go into Flygon on a possible kill, and then get rid of the Flygon. Anyways, so Shadow Claw, I actually realized that there was no reason to bring it besides for the UGHHH. So yeah, that's all I can say about that one. Next up we got High Noon, the Linoon, running the obvious Figgy Berry, Seed Bomb, Belly Drum, Shadow Claw, Stomping Tantrum. Some of his team is actually weak to ground, which is also why I brought Earthquake on Flashfire. Shadow Claw, UGHHH. We don't have big things for the Clefable, but I didn't see Clefable doing that big of work. So basically, our prep is basically based around Mega Ampharos and Clefable. I've seen Mega Ampharos sweep my boy Cameron by being Con Guard, so that's kind of something that I've been trying to prep against. So that's pretty much the big thing about that. It's just a setup and Sweetmon. I decided not to bring Extreme Speed because I didn't see a huge reason if the UGHHH or the Clefable were defensive. So next up we got Wired Up, the Xurkitree carrying Shuckle Berry, Energy Ball, Dazzling Gleam, Tail Glow, Thunderbolt. If I can predict switches correctly and get up Tail Glows, this thing will do damage. I decided to run Dazzling Gleam for the Flygon, and that's why I am actually carrying the Shuckle Berry. Again, I don't remember why I took some of the EVs out of the 240 speed. It's not really coming to mind, but oh yeah, because I think, yeah, I remember what I did. I decided I wanted to do something against speed creeping, anything that's basically 82 or under. And the closest thing really being for Alligator. So that's basically it. And then we got Ninja, the Focus Sashed, Excelgar, running Sludge Bomb for Clefable, Giga Drain for things like Tyranitar, got Bug Buzz for the UGHHH. Again, I try to prep for the defensive mons at times, and I'm hoping that goes well. And then HP Ice, again for the Flygon. I'm running no Speed IVs or EVs due to the idea of speed creeping the Flygon. And I decided to put him instead on HP. So that's basically all that is to that. So let's go into our team. If the thing will let me close again. Okay. So, he did bring Clefable, no Buzzwole. It's a really big thing. He brought Togedemaru instead of Magcargo, which is fine. I could have seen that coming anyways. So, but he brings T-Tar, he brings Flygon, so let's see how this happens. This was Game of the Week, to be honest. So, he goes in Chuck. I'm gonna go into Ninja here. Well, disguised as Zoroark, and hit a huge Flamethrower to get rid of this thing early. This thing wasn't really a big deal, but it could help get Mimikyu in for free, sort of. So I go for the HP Ice. I'm gonna allow him to kill me, and it was a bit of a mistake. I, to be honest, could have went into Mega Charizard, but I knew that he was going to Thunderbolt, so yeah. So I Declaim. I could have Tail Glowed, but now I know that he is especially defensive. I go into Ninja, predicting him to go into Goggles. And then he goes back into this thing, and I just decided to HP Ice instead of Bug Buzz, not knowing what he was going to do here. I thought he was going to set up Stealth Rocks. So Uxie paralyzes the High Noon. I decide to go for the Belly Drum, so I'm going to get my HP back, max attack, and this is where everything goes wrong. And why I hate this mon along with a couple other mons. Seed Bomb does nothing. Now I know he's unaware, which is not good. I get paralyzed. I decide, you know what, I'm just gonna sack this thing off. It sucks that this thing was unaware. I totally forgot about unaware when I was prepping. Sort of. I was suspecting more Magic Bounce for me not really bringing Mimikyu. So I go for the T-Bolt. I know that this thing just has T-Wave, so I go for the Tail Glow. He goes for the Stealth Rocks, which is perfectly fine. And action. Thunderbolt to the dome, and Wired Up is now +4. And now Goggles. Let's see this baby work. Just kidding. It is Devastating Dragonium Z, which, odd reason why he brought this? Who knows? And so, I decided to fire off a Z move of my own, and Mimikyu Z will... Oh no, I'm sorry. I go for the Play Rough here. My bad. Spoiler alert. CLEFABLE comes in here, and now I hit the Mimikyu Z. Does a great amount. Now, I could have actually Play Roughed here, but, oh yes, I did Play Rough. He does Scout and go for the Protect. I could have gone to Excelgar, but it was too late at this point. I just decided to go. Once that play was made, I knew it was actually going to be over, because I can't Sword Dance up in his face. I really can't. Especially if he's Wish, Protect, and all that. So, I start missing things. And he kills me with Moonblast. And then Julius. I honestly hoped that this thing was not running any Spadef. It looks like, even though he's, let me see, where is he at? He's 100 Spadef. He is running a little bit. And Crunch kills us +1 because we are not max speed. And Charizard comes in and dies to Crunch. Again, I did say I was ticked because I hate CLEFABLE. I've always in my life hated CLEFABLE. It's probably one of the worst mons in the world, to be real. So I think I did say to talk about what I meant in this chat, or if it was a different chat. I think it was, but again, screw CLEFABLE. Yes, I do realize that I may have been a bit langual, but what can you expect? It's a CLEFABLE. It is worse than Mantine. Let's be real. He talks about how he was unaware. 1v1 Charizard. But, yeah, I decide, yeah, I'm forfeiting to legit every team that has CLEFABLE. So if he starts trading CLEFABLE, I'm done. It didn't only because of the CLEFABLE. That's the only reason it didn't live up to the hype. I did bring up a lot of hype into this match. I did say that everyone needs to stop saying that I have it next week, because you never know, you know? But it is what it is. GG to my boy Bryn. Huge win for him. He kind of deserved it though. So next week we go up against Nick of the Philadelphia Braviaries in hopes to climb back up. And until next week, if you like this video, hit that like button down below. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe and comment your favorite Kantomon. I personally love Charmander, actually. Charmander is really cute. I remember the one scene where Squirtle was biting Charmander and it was so cute. Squirm in there, just like, oh my god, help me. But anyways, until next week, peace out, Mikuans.